there, having you to watch cycling on the show. Sports updates on Trust TV. Adeni Ajishafe. It's always good to promote our own Nigerian cyclists there doing the business of cycling at the MK Abela Stadium, the Velodrome there. Well, Cycling Federation doing their best to promote sports of cycling. We always promote our own. Nigerians are trying their best right now. Well, we have in the studio for this evening, that's Salari Peters. Good to have you.
Thank you, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back to studio.
Yes, talking about sports. A particular family is doing so well. In fact, the dad of that particular family, the father, is African #1 in table tennis. The mother is also a player and also a coach. Right now, their son, Aruna Quadri Jr. actually did well for himself as he was able to win bronze at under-11 World Table Tennis Championship in Portugal. They call the place Villarreal, and he was able to at least win bronze there, being coached by his mom. Good one for Aruna Jr. At least. This is good.
You rightly put it, a family business, being coached by his mom and being mentored by his father, being trained by his father also. So what do you expect from him? Nothing but the best. And winning bronze, yes, it's like a good step in the right direction. From bronze, you move to silver. From silver
to gold.
Move to gold. So, and it's just 11 years old. So you can imagine what will have happened in the next 4 or 5 years. So that means they are already preparing a succession planning in their family, in which also we as a country, Nigeria, should be looking at also that, okay, we're having someone that can come in the nearest future to succeed Aruna Quadri. I think it's a very good strategy from the family.
To let you know that the wife of Aruna Quadri, Ghaniyat Aruna Quadri, is also a player. In fact, a very good player, and she's also right now training the son of how to play this. If this young lad at under 11, he was able to win bronze, hopefully, and this is World Table Tennis Championship. It means before you know it, like we mentioned, 4 or 5 years, you're expecting the name of this young lad to actually go global.
Yeah, I think with more awareness and with more sponsorship by governments and corporate individuals, we'll still have more of Aruna Quadri Jr. in this country that can even compete with him or compete better with him. What we just need to do is to provide the enabling environment for them. As he is right now, he has been exposed. He has the experience, he has the exposure, so the confidence is there already for him to have played at the world stage, world level, and coming third. So if you bring him to Africa,
he'll be one of the forces
to be one of, definitely. Not because he's better than those we have in Africa, but because he has the opportunity of being trained by one of the best, being coached, being mentored by the best in Africa and one of the best in the world. So if the government can also try as much as possible, really organize all these table tennis competition that brought out the likes of Yomi Bankole, Atanda Musa, Aruna Quadri himself, I think we'll have it in a very good way that as one is going, another person is coming to take over from them.
Talking about Aruna Quadri Jr. there, under 11 World Table Tennis Championship in Portugal, where he came third there. Congrats to him and to his family. But really, we continue to promote our own sport. We just need to give these young ones that particular confidence they need, support that they need, welfare that they actually deserve. Hopefully, we see better Nigerian athletes in different sports where they will be able to triumph and also thrive well for Nigeria. Good one there for Aruna Jr. and for the fact that he was able to have that confidence. The exposure with those facilities will also boost his confidence concerning how to play table tennis. Hopefully, in a couple of years, we want to hear that name going worldwide there. Now, away from table tennis, the sport of ping pong, let's talk about football. We have a Nigerian star who plays with FC Porto. His name is Zaidu Sanusi, but right now, the Super Eagles defender is injured and is out of the season, or for the rest of the season. Now we'll be playing. That's the story we're looking at. Super Eagles defender Sanusi ruled out for the rest of the season due to that injury he sustained while playing for Porto.
Yeah, and it's not really easy. If you look at the intensity of the game they just finished playing at AFCON, and like a week break, go back to Portugal, you have to play for you. So it's not really easy. It's wear and tear, take it or leave it. But it is their trade, they understand it better. And it's so unfortunate that this happens to him. So the only thing we need to do is to pray along with him and his family to wish him quick and speedy recovery so that he can get back on track, because we need him. We really need him as a country. His club also, they need him also.
Well, Sanusi, they are wishing him quick recovery as he actually gets to recover concerning that particular injury. He'll be out of the season. He won't be playing till he gets better. Well, we can see how Awoni is also, he's back to his feet now, banging in the goals. Good one. Nigerian players abroad are also trying to do well in different clubs that they find themselves. Away from that particular story, let's talk about a Premier League fixture for tonight between Manchester City versus Brentford at the Etihad Stadium. A big match coming up there. Will Manchester City hold their own against Brentford? Against Chelsea last time, it was all dominance for us towards them. Everybody was tipping there to win that game 3-0. But Chelsea came out smoking. It ended 1-0 draw. And now for Brentford against Manchester City tonight.
Okay, I think for the record, let me say this. Manchester City, they are very lucky to have drawn the match against Chelsea. That's the truth. And I know Man City also, they'll come out smoking tonight because they know what it has at stake. If they should lose tonight's match or they draw tonight's match, that means they are widening the gap between them and Liverpool and giving Arsenal also
a chance to push
a bit. So, and that is not what they are really going to. So I think Brentford, they will really hear it tonight, like we normally say in Nigerians.
What if it's Man City that will actually hear it? Because football can just be very funny. It can might just be at their best.
It can be very funny, but take it or leave it. When you have Manchester City at their best, at their peak, and against a lower team, not against the traditional top four, they find it difficult to curtail them. Take it or leave it. Our own Frank Onyeka will try as much as possible to hold, but how many players does he want to hold? Kevin De Bruyne, Foden,
Rodri,
Robotic Haaland, Alvarez, again, or Doku. How many players does he want to really hold? So that is why I said it will be very, very difficult to do. And don't forget, the first leg they met this season, it was 3-1 in favor of Manchester City. That's away from home. So this time around is at Etihad. And when was the last time Man City lost at home? Over 2 years, they've not lost at home. And I don't see that happening tonight. So definitely they are winning their match tonight.
Let's see what happened concerning that sky there. You can see how the sky is actually looking light blue there. Well, Manchester City versus Brentford match coming up tonight. Big one there between the Citizens versus Brentford. All right, now we talk about the big one for tonight. UEFA Champions League fixtures coming up, round of 16 games are coming up, 2 matches. Inter Milan will be at home at San Siro in Italy against Atletico Madrid. Big match there between the two teams. Atletico Madrid coming away from Spain to play away in Inter Milan will be at home. Well, for that particular, let's look at this one by one. Inter, Atletico. We've seen Inter now dominating Italy, so they are in fact 10 points ahead of the second position, and it seems this is one of their best seasons so far. Now playing against Atletico, who so far this season they've not really been at that level they used to be, but still among the top teams. Can they hold their own against the Nerazzurris?
Okay, it will be difficult for Atletico Madrid to get ahead of Inter tonight. Inter, like you rightly said, and they are playing one of their best seasons so far. And if you look at the two teams, let's look at their Champions League statistic. I think the only time they met was in 2010. That was during the Super Cup, in which Atletico Madrid actually won 2-0. And Coetzee, Antonio Reyes, and Sergio Aguero goals. Then after that, it has been difficult. Now, Atletico Madrid, their last 13 matches, in quarterfinal, I mean in the knockout stages, against Italian side. Out of the 13 matches that they've played, they've only won 5. From the 13 matches, they drew 4, and the remaining they lost. One Inter on their own, from their last 13 matches at home in Champions League, they've only lost once, and they lost to Manchester City. And they've kept clean sheets of over 62%.
Automatically, their record is, the statistics is very, very good.
So if you look at the statistic also, it is in favor of the Nerazzurris. Then also, they are currently leading
their own table
first. While Atletico Madrid, they are currently 4th in La Liga. So if you put this side to side, and the fact that Inter Milan also, they are playing their first leg at home, and they know what that means. What you need to do is to make sure that you win your game from the first match. And how do you need to do that? You do what Jose Mourinho did against Barcelona in 2009-2010. In fact, the last time that Inter Milan faced any Spanish side in the round of 16 or knockout stages was in 2009-2010 against Barcelona, in which they won 3-2 on aggregate.
And en route to the final.
En route to the final, that they won treble. So tonight also, I see the same thing happening. What's going to happen? They're going to win tonight comfortably at San Siro, and they go to Athletico Madrid and they'll play the game, and they're going to come on top of Athletico Madrid.
Let's see what happens concerning that game between Inter Milan, the Nerazzurri versus Athletico Madrid, coming up at the San Siro Stadium there, Estadio. Well, big one. Now, another one coming up between PSV Eindhoven versus Borussia Dortmund. Big match there. You look at it, the two teams seem so, in fact, recently, Borussia Dortmund might not be at their best, but if you come to playing against a Dutch team, they know how to run the business. Can Eindhoven hold their own against the team that play at the Volkswagen Arena? Okay, rather, Signal Iduna Park.
The only team in Dutch league that Borussia Dortmund lost to, or they have lost to rather, is Ajax on 2 occasions. After that, they've not lost to any Dutch team. So, and I don't really see if that will happen tonight also. And because the Dortmund we are talking about, the way they play their own domestic league is different from when they are playing in the Champions League. In fact, this is their 13 consecutive knockout stages matches that they are playing. While PSV, the best they've ever gotten to in the Champions League is round of 16. So the best PSV can get from Borussia Dortmund is a draw. But sincerely, I see Borussia Dortmund winning the match against PSV tonight.
Okay, looking at that one, let's look at score lines. Inter Milan versus the team they will hosting. That's Atletico Madrid. What's the score line for you?
2-0.
Favor of Inter.
2 unreplied goal in favor of Inter Milan.
PSV Eindhoven.
Okay, I see that one 2-1.
For Borussia Dortmund or PSV?
PSV may spring a surprise.
To be 2, then Borussia 1. Well, let's look at it. Maybe Octopus Halale Peters will predict well. Inter Milan against Atletico, he says it's going to be 2-0 in favor of the Nerazzurris, while PSV will win their game 2-1 against Borussia Dortmund. Coming up tonight, big match in the UEFA Champions League Round of 16. Some played last week and some will be completing this week. Napoli will be playing on Wednesday, and news came out that it's possible that Osimhen is doubtful.
Yeah, if you look at the energy he discharged
at the Nations Cup.
At the Nations Cup at AFCON, honestly, you need a bed rest for like a week or 2 weeks before he can get back to action. But he's a professional. It's someone that he likes to give his 100% anytime he's called upon to deliver. So I'm sure if he's not up to that performance, that he can give his 100%, definitely he will sit back. But the coach, also the team, they need him, they want him, and they want to do everything possible if he's fit to make sure that he's featured for their match tomorrow.
And to let you know, if we check the history of PSV Eindhoven, they've really gotten some big players in their kitty before. The likes of Raul de Lima play for them, not forgetting Luis Suarez. If you recall their career path, they actually play for PSV Eindhoven. Really, they developed so many players in the Dutch Eredivisie League there. A lot of players playing their own Kanu Wanko, Finidi George, all play their trade. Not forgetting Ahmed Musa also playing there. Well, right now, talking about UEFA Champions League matches for tonight. 2 matches coming up. Inter, Atletico, PSV, Borussia Dortmund. Right now, we talk about transfers, gossips there. A man that has been with Manchester United, but right now, it's possible that he could be getting the North to take over there in Bayern. The Bavarians are watching the man they call Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. Let's look at that story. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on Bayern radar as a short-term option if they sack Thomas Tuchel.
Well, like rightly said, it's a transfer gossip, because I don't know why Bayern Munich wants to replace
on a short term.
Why would you replace a failure with another failure?
Oh my goodness!
We are talking about. We know what Thomas Tuchel did at Chelsea. We know what Ole Solskjaer also did at Manchester United, and we know Bayern Munich very well. They are a club that they have a good succession planning. They have history. They have culture. They have heritage. They dream, sleep, talk football. So bringing someone like that, I don't really see the possibility, sincerely. I don't even see the connectivity. This is not a coach that has been tested before.
But you know, anything can happen. If I remember when Manchester United went for the German man to come and do short time too. A lot of people were shocked that they could go for that man.
That one is Manchester United. You can't compare Manchester United with Bayern Munich.
Oh my goodness, Man United fans out there, you need this attack. Don't mean
no.
This attack should come from them to you.
No. It's the reality. You can't compare the pedigree of Bayern Munich, both in Champions League, in their domestic league, in football history, with Manchester United. When was the last time that Manchester United won the domestic league? When was the last time that Bayern won domestic league? When was the last time that Manchester United won Champions League? When was the last time that Bayern Munich won Champions League? So these are the statistics, the analysis that you need to do to compare and contrast. So I don't see them going for Ole Solskjaer.
Actually, news came out that they could also go for Xabi Alonso, the man with Bayer Leverkusen.
Okay, and I see that one as impossible. Why? I don't see Xabi Alonso leaving Bayer Leverkusen and going to Bayern Munich. Why there's opportunity for him to go to Liverpool. So I don't see that. Like we do normally say, this is window shopping. Everybody will go in, price, and come out. But I don't see that happening.
Some stories there really, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the radar of Bayern, the Bavarians. In the short term, maybe, even though it's a gossip, anything can happen in football, you never can say. Let's take our last straw on the show. Let's talk about Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, in fact, no one saw that coming, that they will get to the final, let alone lift that particular trophy. The man that did the job, his name is Marcel Faré. Right now, Cote d'Ivoire confirmed his appointment permanently as the coach, the head coach of the Elephants.
Okay, you see, this is his achievement, his success. It's a signal to everybody, to all of us, that if you have been destined to achieve greatness in life,
you will get it.
In one way or the other, you will get it. That's what happens to him. I'll call him accidented coach, because he's not a coach. He doesn't have a license. He was one of their legends also in Cote d'Ivoire. He played for Cote d'Ivoire also. They're like, okay, come and learn from the real coach. And after their woeful performance at the group stages, what did they say?
They sacked the Oyinbo man. Let me use that word. They sacked the Oyinbo man, brought our own black-skinned man.
But the record, even before then, because they don't even have, they don't know that they'll be qualifying to play in the round of 16. If not because of the Mozambique, what they did them a favor by drawing against Ghana.
And then Morocco beating Zambia.
Also. So what happened after their disastrous performance at the group stages? Some say the coach resigned, some say it was sacked. Whatever the situation is, he left. And even him also, they sacked him. They asked him to go. They now contacted another coach to come and take over in interim. He said, no, I can't do this in interim. It's too sudden. So they have no other choice than to go back to him. And so, yeah, come and take over from where you finished. And as God will have it, he took some bold decision, make some changes in the team, because at that time he has nothing to lose again. So he made the changes, and the changes paved way for him. So I think it is a divine intervention. I think it's a very good one for him. However, it's not all the time that we'll be getting
results.
No, we'll be getting the luck that he got this time around. Take it or leave it, because the players also, I give it to them. At times, as a coach, you don't need to give instruction to the players. You play right wing, play left wing, control the ball. No, just select the best 11, tell them to go to the pitch and say, play for your country, play for your nation, play for the supporter. We are hosting and we want to win it. You see the energy, you see the dedication, you see the determination, you see the commitment coming out from this player. That's what happens to the Cote d'Ivoire team. So the coach needs to now go and learn the coaching job properly. Go for developmental programs, training, to make him a satisfied and a very good coach. I'm very happy for him. It's a very good one.
A good one for Cote d'Ivoire, at least appreciating the fact that Fire was able to help them to the final, eventually at the expense of Nigeria there. Congrats to Cote d'Ivoire, now getting the man as permanent head coach of the Elephants there. Hopefully, it will do them well while they play the qualifiers for AFCON 2025 and also for the World Cup 2026 coming up in Mexico, USA, and Canada. Talking about Cote d'Ivoire there. For Nigeria, we hope Super Eagles will do us proud too. They will also be fighting hard to see how they can make it. South Africa is already talking tough that they will dislodge us. We wait to see. It's not by mouth, as we say. We wait to see what happens concerning that. Just giving you an update in the world of sport on the show. Sport Update with Olale Peters. Thank you so much.
Adeni, thank you so much for having me. Talking sports on 360 Sports on Trust TV is always a pleasure.
Like I said, maybe it should just be a poet to a rhyme. Anyway, that's it on the show. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.